Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived an sorcerer whose heart was filled with darkness, and he tormented everyone with his powers. Using his magical abilities, he trapped a beautiful and kind-hearted fairy inside a bottle so that he could use her powers for his own wicked purposes. The fairy, named Roshi, had been imprisoned in the bottle for centuries, and no one knew how to free her. In another distant kingdom, there lived a brave and noble prince named Prince Amir. Prince Amir was tired of his palace life and was always looking for a new adventures. He longed to achieve something great in the world and do something remarkable for his people. One day, Prince Amir decided to embark on a new journey to explore the forests and mountains of the world. During his travels, he arrived at the dense and mysterious forest where silence rejoined, and the trees were so tall that the sky could not be seen. In the heart of the forest, he came across an ancient and peculiar bottle. The bottle was half buried in the ground and had strange old engravings on it. The prince thought it might be some magical treasure, so he picked up the bottle and examined it closely. The bottle's lid was sealed tightly, but the prince used his sword to pry it open. As soon as he opened the lid, a bright beam of light emerged, and suddenly a fairy appeared in the air. She was incredibly beautiful and radiant, with tears of gratitude in her eyes. "Thank you, dear prince," the fairy explained. "You have freed me from centuries of captivity. I am Roshi, and I shall always be ready to help you. Here, take this magical ring. If you ever need my assistance, wear this ring and call my name. I will appear instantly." Prince Amir gratefully accepted the ring and thanked to the fairy. Roshi smiled and said, "Now let me go, but remember, I will always be with you." The fairy vanished, and Prince Amir continued his journey. He eventually returned to his kingdom, and life went to normal. But though he never forgot about the magical ring the fairy had given him. Some time later, Prince Amir's father, the king, was betrayed and captured by a powerful enemy named Zalim Khan, who took over the kingdom. The prince gathered his entire army, but the enemy forces were too large, and Prince Amir was imprisoned, locked in a dark and terrifying dungeon. The prince had no means of escape. At the moment, he remembered the magical ring given to him by the fairy Roshi. Without wasting time, he put on the ring and called her name. "Roshi, help me." Suddenly, the dungeon filled with a bright light, and fairy appeared. "I am here, prince," Roshi said with a smile. "Don't worry, I will set you free." Using her magic, the fairy freed the prince from his captivity, and together they launched an attack on the enemy's army. With Roshi's magical powers and the prince's courage, they defeated the army and freed the king from his prison. The king, overjoyed, thanked to his son and said, "Amir, you saved our kingdom and proven your bravery." The prince smiled and looked at the fairy, saying, "It was all possible because of Roshi's help." The fairy then spoke to the prince, "Now you have become a true hero. My magical ring will always be with you, but I must return to my world." Prince Amir thanked the fairy, but she bid him farewell. After that, Prince Amir became a just and noble king, always standing for justice and kindness in his kingdom. Thus, the friendship between the prince and fairy remained forever, and the prince accomplished many great deeds throughout his life. Moral of the story: kindness and friendship always come to your aid in difficult times, and help given with a sincere heart is always rewarded. Please like, share, comment and subscribe for more interesting videos.